Welcome back, America. I'm Hugh Hewitt. Senator James Lankford represents the Sooner State, Oklahoma. Good morning, Senator. You are the ranking member on Homeland Security in the Senate. So I want to know what you think is going to happen at the border tomorrow.
Well, it's a great unknown of what's going to happen at the border tomorrow, actually. I think it's what's happening today is a pretty good barometer of what's going to happen tomorrow. The administration says that they're putting in a new asylum policy that they have just created, which actually has some good points in it dealing with asylum. It's consistent with what happens in Europe and Canada and other areas, that they've determined that that's a good idea, which we've told them for a long time it is. The problem is they started trying to be able to put that in place literally at the last second. No one knows what's happening. No one knows the process. It hasn't been challenged in court yet. ACLU is going to file lawsuits on it. So I fully expect us to have literally tens of thousands of people pour across the border in just the next 24 to 72 hours, day after day. And this administration has said, well, we tried. That's
now, Senator, I made the point on Special Report on Monday night. The president thinks he has the constitutional authority to raise the debt limit and the constitutional authority to forgive student loans. He doesn't in either case. He does have the authority to take unilateral action to protect the border. Do you agree with me?
100%. Yeah, he has the authority to be able to step in and say, you don't have to be able to allow every person that crosses the border to have the lowest possible screening for asylum, which is what they're doing. He has the authority to be able to say, if you're going to come in and request asylum, you have the burden of proof to be able to show that you actually qualify for asylum. If you don't have that burden of proof, then you don't actually meet the standard. This is not a legal challenge, and this is very clear. And again, this is not radical. This is what Canada has done for 20 years. This is what most of Europe does. If you don't apply for asylum in other countries before you reach the United States, you don't qualify just on its face, because you're not seeking asylum at that point. You're seeking economic opportunity. There is a way to seek economic opportunity in the United States. You just have to go through the normal legal visa process.
Now, Senator Lankford, in the last year of President Trump's administration, 500,000 people crossed without permission, unpermitted migration. We're going to hit 4 million, maybe 4.5 million this year. Does anybody worry about that in the Democratic Party, about what that means in terms of just simply, it is an open border. It is effectively an open border.
Yeah, they're trying to say publicly this is not an open border, and the reason they're trying to say that is so they discourage people that hear the words from the administration on local news, wherever that may be in their country, to hear people say it's not an open border. The problem is the facts don't bear that out, and every cartel can go and recruit people from anywhere across the world to be able to make money, saying, if you're interested in going to America, we have a tourism plan for you that you can actually get in, and the testimonies of people that are from their country belie all of the things they're trying to say it's not an open border. What really happens is you cross the border, you immediately text family back home and say, hey, what the cartel told me was correct. I'm in. My hearing on asylum is in 10 years now, so at a minimum, we're in the country for the next 10 years. Come join me. Here's who I paid. Here's where I crossed. Come say the same things I did and get in, and it's worked for the last 2.5 years, time after time, and so tens of thousands of people are coming. So the administration can say all they want. It's not open, but there's lots of folks that are getting in.
You know, I hadn't even thought of that, words. Senator. They all, not they all, but many of our migrants have cell phones, and the first thing they're going to do is text, I'm in. And Joe Bag of Donuts got me here. That you're absolutely right. That will create demand of itself, will it not?
It will, yeah. They keep talking about we've got to do more investment into Central America, and I understand what they're talking about with that, that we need to see more economic opportunity there, but that's not the issue. The issue is the pull factor. It's family members that are already here, that are not legally present, that got in, that got jobs here, that are living in America, that they say, this is how it works, come join me. And so their dad, their mom, their brother, their sister, whatever it may be, is already here, and they're just pulling more and more people towards them. So this is one of those tipping point issues where you have 4 or 5 million people come, and they start drawing more family, and they start drawing more family, and it accelerates, and that's what we're seeing.
Do you want something in the debt limit bill about this, Senator?
I would take it anywhere we can get it. 100% I could take it anywhere we can get it. Now, again, this is not hard issues, and some of the things the administration has already said they want to do, and that is clamp down the asylum. Great, glad to be able to help in a nonpartisan way. We've got to be able to clarify asylum, what it is and what it is not. We have to be able to deal with this parole issue. The administration is giving broad parole authority. It was always designed to be done on a case-by-case basis. That's what's in the law. There are specific areas that really do make a difference. Now, some of my colleagues talk about let's just extend Title 42. Fine, that's about 30% of the people. We need to deal with the root problem on it, and it's the asylum loophole that's there.
Senator Lankford, thank you for joining me. I hope that somebody is listening to you. We just can't absorb 4 million people over the southern border. It's not possible for the border states to absorb that, and indeed Manhattan is now looking around stadiums and tennis courts to house their migrants who've been shipped north. It's just too many people. Senator James Lankford, always a pleasure. Baker Mayfield and Tampa we'll talk about next time. Don't